Please note that in this recording, some of the questions may be inaudible, but the Master's answers are audible and clear.
Let me hope all of you got some sort of accommodation, because I'm told there's quite a shortage of accommodation, especially in the complex, and hotels are also quite booked. Anyway, you have to rough it with each other. We'll be meeting practically every day, sometime in the morning, sometime in the evening, and you're most welcome to ask any question or to discuss on any subject concerning, of course, Santmat. Yes?
Still have the same problem. There's an Indian myth concerning Mason walk in Ringy, and that walk has the power to transform any other insect into its own type, just with its attention. And at this point in my development as a sound, I don't see the manifest change to the likeness that I aspire to. And I believe and have the faith that you are God, and that in your real form, you're omnipresent, all-knowing, and all-powerful. In the last session with the Westerners in '84, he said there was only one problem, it's life, and how to get rid of it.
One problem, life.
Life itself. If I understood it, our consciousness is just being this separate individual living through life and not being God realized. So I'm still stuck. I still try to meditate. I'm not regular. I'm not.
Well, brother, we are all aspiring to become one with the Lord. And we are all struck, still attached to this creation. And we are all aspiring to detach ourselves from here and go back to the Father. And we are all struggling souls. We are all doing our best to become one with Him. And we have to pass through many phases to become one with Him. God is only one. There is no other God. We are all struggling souls, and we all depend upon His grace. But we should do our best and then leave everything to the Father.
It's just that a year and a half. Maybe on a gut level, on my consciousness, I really just want to enjoy the world and like that. But there's also a part of me that very much wants to enjoy the present.
Well, brother, mind sometimes is pulled towards senses, and the higher mind wants to go back to its own source. Mind projects itself in many forms, in the lower form, in the higher form. Mind, it's the mind which has devotion to become one with the Father, because soul is being dominated by the mind. And it is the mind which pulls us to the level of the senses. It's the same mind. So we have to help our soul to get released from the clutches of the mind. We have to withdraw our mind, our consciousness, from these senses and withdraw it back to the eye center and attach it to the divine melody within, so that with the help of that light and sound within, we are permanently detached from this creation. Same mind becomes our friend. The mind which is pulling us downward and outward, you can say it's our enemy. The mind which then starts pulling us inward and upward, the same mind becomes our friend.
I don't understand how to achieve that type of success. Making the mind permanently, lastingly going to the Father rather than always walking down.
Well, it's a constant struggle with the mind. And struggle is worth.
I know, I believe that.
See, we can only knock at the door, but then it is for the Lord to open it whenever He wants to, and to whomsoever He wants to.
It doesn't seem fickle. To me, it almost seems fickle.
No effort is fickle.
Pardon?
No effort is fickle.
I meant on the part of the Lord.
Well, if He has created that desire in us to become one with Him, if He has started pulling us from within, there's no reason that we will not succeed. Without His pull, without His grace, we will never think about the Father. Sorry. We will never think about the Father.
Then what about this time between? It's
Time of struggle. Just a time of struggle, which is the essential part perhaps we have to go through.
no, are there no options?
Certainly no option. This struggle increases our love, our devotion. It makes us anxious to become one with Him.
But what if you don't want any of that? What if above and beyond that? I see it in the overall context of God realization for the soul. But what if that it's only intellectual now? And beyond intellectual, you want to have that experience. You want to.
Well, if there is a want, then there will also be achievement. As long as the want is there, desire is there, the effort will be there, then it has to fruit. Yes, please.
Lord, can we ever insult the Master so much that He'll take away the desire altogether?
You see, if He has to take away the desire from us, why did He create that desire in us at all? We never asked Him to create desire in us. If He has created a desire, why should He take it away? Master never takes away our desires once He has created that desire in us. But the wind of karma sometimes sways us away from the path. Yes, please.
No matter what we do, the time that we spend thinking of you and meditating, the growth of progress. We can only progress on the path.
Progress on?
On the path. We can only make progress. Even if we disobey sometimes.
Sister, any time spent in meditation is to our credit.
So that a person shouldn't get discouraged.
Anything is to our credit, naturally it's to our advantage.
We always make mistakes.
Well, we're supposed to. Yes, please.
I'm sorry. Well,
Pardon? You see, no matter how much we try, all what we see, all what we possess can never become ours permanently. Your relations, your friends, they will not stay with you permanently. The things you hold in this life, the property, the money, the achievements, you will not be able to hold them forever. So they are perishable for you. The only one thing which we can hold, which we should try to hold, which is ours and which can become ours, is the Father. Everything which is created ultimately decays. Yes.
If everything deteriorates, then it means that even the struggle of the jiva to become God realized is no, it's useless to reaching this level of consciousness. Because then at one point, even the jivas will be united with God, and the separation won't exist.
Yes.
And then there's no point.
But after we have met him, not before that. After we have met the Father. And that is our main object.
So I'm trying to deal, what I'm trying to get resolved with myself is how to enjoy the struggle or accept the struggle as opposed to getting the request before the Satpurush.
Well, if you accept it, you will also enjoy it. And you will also be happy to put that struggle.
Will I be happy not being united in the absence of the physical presence?
No, that love and longing which your struggle will create in you, it has its own pleasure. The love and devotion this struggle creates in you to become one with Him, it has its own pleasure, which you will never like to part, no matter what you have in this world.
I know that, it's just that at the same time, there's the pain. You know, there's just the separation, there's that unhappiness.
Yes, pain is there, but there's a pleasure in this pain. You won't like to do away without this pain. You won't like to live without this pain of love.
Isn't the union better?
Of course, it's better. But even this pain which you feel in separation, you won't like to part with it. Christ has given a very beautiful example. Lady has to go through so much pain at the time of delivery. But Anjay, you see, imagine her happiness after she had delivered the child. She doesn't mind the pain at all, because she knows the pleasure.
Some ladies also enjoy having children without having to have childbirth.
Without having?
Without having childbirth. Maybe some of you will think it's ridiculous, but what I'm saying is that for God, nothing is impossible. For God,
You see, there is a pleasure in love, even that love of separation. There's a certain pleasure in love, love of separation. Even when you are separated from your beloved and you are deeply in love with the beloved, if anybody tells you, forget about it, you will not like to forget. You have that pleasure in that separation. You have that pleasure in that love, which you will, at no cost, you would like to get rid of that pleasure. Pain is there. Pain of separation is there. But yet you don't want to get rid of that pain of separation. And that is essential to become one with the Father. She can't avoid pain before getting a child.
For God, is that an absolute requirement that the disciple has to go through that? Because that always been, every case, the disciple has to go through that.
I think love is painful, but it has its own pleasure. Separation, love means separation of love. The more intensity, the more painful you feel, and yet you don't want to get rid of that pain, you see, at any cost.
But again, isn't the union?
Of course, union will be after, that will be next after that step. You can't get the union first and then the pain of separation. Without love, you won't have union. And there's always pain in this love, in separation. Yes? Yes, please. Pardon? Pardon? A little louder. Well, sister, actually the attachment will bring us back. It's not so much meditation which will take you back to the Father, as it is your detachment from this creation which will take you back to this Father. Well, sister, by meditation, these all so-called attachments just fade out. Today we feel we are so much attached, we are obsessed. We can't live without them, we can't help without them. But meditation takes you to that level of consciousness where all these attachments just fade out. They no more exist for you. Because you are attached to something much higher. And that attachment automatically creates this detachment.
I read in some book, great master said that even if the greatest you, your fear, goes to another, that will have to be repaid.
You have to account for it. You have to account for it. That's what he said. And account for how? Either by coming or by attending to meditation. You see, as you know, there are 3 types of karmas. This destiny which we are going through, and the new seeds which we sow, and the store of karmas. Unless we are able to clear all 3 types of karma, soul cannot go back to the Father. So destiny we will go through. If we attend to meditation, we can go through without losing much of our balance. But we have to go through. With your strong willpower, which you will develop by meditation, you may not sow any new seed at all. But that store of karma, there is no other way to destroy it without meditation. So meditation actually is meant for that store of karmas. Unless that store of karma is destroyed, soul cannot escape from birth and death. And 99.9% meditation is meant for those karmas. And how we clear those karmas? Because all those karmas are attached to the mind. When mind comes back to its own source with the help of that sound and light, and soul gets released from that mind, all those karmas become ineffective. You can call them they are burnt, or you are above the karmas, or they have become ineffective. Then they cannot pull back the soul to its level. then the soul got released from the mind. So with the help of Shabad or Naam, we have to go beyond the realm of mind and Maya.
Seems that part of the joy is that conscious or is that instantaneous upon reaching that level?
Process. By meditation, slowly and slowly, you will not reach to that level unless you are able to destroy all of them. By destroying them slowly and slowly, by and by, you will be able to go on making progress upward. Yes, please.
Suffering doesn't pay off unless it's the result of
Suffering?
You said suffering doesn't pay off karma, it's the result of karma. Isn't that the same thing? I don't understand it.
Well, sometimes suffering is the result of karmas. Sometimes you pay the karma through the suffering also. Now, for example, you have done something wrong to somebody in this life. Your conscience, you have a guilty conscience. You are carrying your guilty conscience with you. Day and night you are suffering within yourself due to your guilty conscience. There's a weight on your mind. Why did you do it? You should not have done it. You are obsessed with that guilt. You are suffering yourself. Whatever actions you have done, you are suffering for it now. But yet you may have to pay for that karma in the next birth. So there is a suffering due to karma, and karma itself you have to also account for. Yes. Pardon?
To develop a better, stronger love for the Master through developing a stronger love for our families and relations. I know you said in the past that developing love for the Master, you automatically have love for the creation. But I was wondering if to develop that strong love for the Master, it would be proper to develop it through our families and relations.
Well, brother, when we are attached to the sound and light, when we are attached to the Shabad within, and getting detached from this creation slowly and slowly, automatically you are developing love for the Father. When your mind is no more attached to these objects and faces of the creation, so automatically you are being filled with love and devotion for the Father. Yes?
Is there a greater inherent danger of egotism for satsangis who follows a career in the arts than in another occupation?
Well, it's not essential that only art creates egoism. Anything can create ego in you. And anything may not create any ego in you at all. It depends on the attitude of the person. It is not the object itself which creates ego. It is the we who create our ego by attaching ourselves to that object. Art doesn't make any difference. Property doesn't any make the difference. Even if you have worth million of worth dollar of property, you may not be attached to it. You may not feel any ego about it. And even if you have $5 note in your pocket, you may have the best ego. Your attachment to that money. So it's not the money which is creating ego in us. It is our own attitude which is creating ego in us.
Because the reason I asked the question is because in most occupations, a person produces a good or a service to serve a customer, but an artist has self-expression and then tries to seek an audience.
Oh, even the salesman does the same thing also. He's also, very happy when he's able to sell more.
So it comes down to the attitude.
Attitude of the person. It is with every liar, doctor. Anybody can feel that way.
Getting back to person's question earlier about being able to shortcut
Able to?
shortcut certain karma, where you also go through the same evolutionary process spiritually, or can we, through our effort, shortcut the karma through extra effort? You also,
Well, brother, there's no shortcut to anything at all. There's no shortcut to success without hard work. So, clearing karma means putting hard work. And we should not think of such shortcuts at all. We should go on doing our duty. Then leave everything to the Father. Because you don't know how much you have to clear. So how can you know that how much you have achieved? When you don't know how much is your load, how can you know how much you have become light? So what type of shortcut you are dreaming of? We are unaware of our past karmas, collection of karmas. We should go on our duty, that is the main thing. Then leave the result to the Father. Guru Nanak says that the load of karma that we have is just like scratching the earth with the finger in order to reach the bottom of the water. There's so much karmas we have. We only depend upon your grace. Yes?
So good to see you, Maharaj.
Pardon?
So good to see you.
Oh, most welcome. Thank you. I'm sorry we have to meet here. You couldn't come to Bias. I told last meeting also last month. The restrictions are such that we can't help it. And that is why we have to hold you here. And let us hope for the best, but we are not yet aware when the restriction will be removed.
Will it be possible for us to have our personal prasad blessed someday we could put it on the file?
Well, you can do it. I have no objection. I have no objection. Yes, please.
I feel like I don't allow myself to feel the bliss.
You don't want to?
I don't allow myself. Stop it. Part of me stop that feeling.
Actually, you see, from such a long distance, I can't hear much. If anybody can pass your word, doesn't law. Feeling what? Well, sister, mind, it is the tendency of the mind always is to pull us outward. If it's raining day and night and you don't put the cup in the right side, right direction, it won't be filled. So, tendency on the mind is always is to deprive us from His grace, which is in abundance within us. So this meditation is nothing but to train our mind to be receptive to His grace, to become receptive to His grace.
Why is there so much corruption in the world right now? Why is it so intense? So
Cor-
much bad.
Why is corruption? You're talking about corruption or what? Just be clear, please.
why is there so much corruption in the world right now?
Well, we are the one who has created corruption, and we are the one who has to eliminate it. You see, you cannot pick the thorns of the whole world, but you can definitely wear shoes as not to be affected by them. We cannot, improve the people, but we can improve ourselves. So if every one of us start improving ourselves, perhaps the whole world will someday improve. We are always trying to analyze others rather than our own self. These things do come with this so-called civilization, too much materialism, too much possessiveness, selfishness. The more we have, the more selfish we become, the more possessive we become. And all these vices slowly start creeping in us. Yes.
We know there is considerable grace in being born incarnated into a vegetarian family. What chance does the soul have of liberation after being in a human body that has eaten meat for many years before receiving initiation?
Well, brother, it doesn't make any difference at all as long as you attend to your meditation. Because meditation burns all the rubbish, as I told you. It is not the question of our vegetarianism in this life which we are born. It may be very friction of our karma. What about what we have been eating in the past lives? Killing in the past lives for our palate. What about those? There is only 40, 50 years of this life. What about thousands and thousands of years we have passed and have been killing people for ourselves? We have also to account for that. So it hardly makes any difference if we are born as a vegetarian or we are born as non-vegetarian, as long as we attend to meditation now.
That the lifetime where we were born to eat meat and we ate meat for many years.
Well, we shouldn't try to analyze this way. We should only try to meditate. Meditation itself will take into account all these things. Yes?
Circumstances in our life seem to prevent us from meditating. Is there anything wrong with trying to make up that meditation later?
We can make the meditation lighter.
Say for some reason the person is not able to meditate.
You see, everybody is not fortunate to have that atmosphere and circumstances to attend to our meditation. Everybody doesn't have the same circumstances, same facilities, same opportunities, same atmosphere. Everybody has different type of karmas which one has to go through. But we should try to make best use of the opportunity one way or another. Yes? How can?
How can we hold our desire to struggle?
Desire for struggle?
Struggle to do our meditation.
I mean, desire to meditate or struggle to keep ourselves away from these temptations? Struggle to meditate? Well, sister, as I said, it's a constant struggle. More or less everybody is struggling for that. Actually, everything is in the hand of the Lord. When He wants to pull us from this creation, He not only creates the desire in us to become one with Him, He also puts us on the path. He also gives us that atmosphere, that environment, the circumstances in which we can build our treasure, in which we can build our meditation. Without His grace, we can't achieve anything at all.
Well, I still feel like I'm going to continue bumbling along through this world. So, what about irritability and being argumentative?
What ability?
I like that.
What ability?
I get irritable. And, if somebody does something and I don't like it, I'll do it. Or if I see something that I don't like, I'll argue with that person about that particular how they're doing something or.
Well, brother, everybody's mind is conditioned one way or another. It depends upon in one's bringing up, one's schooling, in the atmosphere one has been brought up, circumstances in which he has been living, his way of thinking, way of acting, they all become conditioned.
Can I assume that Lord is giving a little bit of tolerance in relation to that?
Well, you can analyze in any way. I can't say about that. But everybody's way of acting and thinking is different from each other. Because everybody's circumstances and environments are different of their bringing up. Then everybody, at the back of it, everybody's karmas are different. Yes?
So we increase the sound current, you meditate, sound current.
Well, Simran, concentration by Simran and Dhyan. Sound current is always there, but we are not there where the sound current is. So we have to draw our consciousness to the eye center with the help of Simran. The more we do Simran, the more we concentrate, the better sound. It becomes clearer, distinct and filling. Yes, please.
Mr. Weekly
Pardon?
said that the only sin is if you stumble, you don't get up again. But
If we struck off?
he said that the only sin is when we stumble if we don't get up again. My question is, sometimes I feel like I almost choose to stumble in spite of myself. Even though I try not to with my heart, sometimes I can't help it. It's almost like I choose to. And I don't understand why I would do that.
Well, brother, nobody can understand why he is acting and thinking like that in this creation. If we all analyze ourselves, why did I do this? Why do I think like that? Why do I act like that? Nobody can reach to any conclusion. There's someone at the back who is pulling us from behind the screen, our karmas. Our karmas which has selected certain type of parentage for us, certain type of country in which we are born, certain type of brothers and sisters in which we have to live, certain type of friendships, environments, atmosphere, schooling, all they go a long way for our way of thinking and way of acting. So nobody can say why. Yes, please.
Sometimes people are kind to us and sometimes they're unkind. When they're unkind to us, is it always because of human past, or is that
Well, sister, if they are unkind, you become more kind to them. Don't worry whether they are unkind, you become more kind to them. Yes, please.
I'm afraid I expected a lot of great moments and things that I was reading. I'm credit for it? I want to know how come I don't see the light in the rainbows and small people.
Well, sister, we have to tend to our meditation. That will help us to come to the eye center, and light, of course, is always there.
When I'm looking at you,
You don't see rainbow behind? I don't understand your problem. Well, I don't carry any rainbow at home. That is only formation of the atmosphere. What has this to do with the human? Yes, please. Can we have?
Do we have any control over the sowing of new seeds? Or is that part of our destiny?
Control over
Sowing of new seeds.
sowing new seeds. Well, that also depends upon a lot of our karmas. Well, if we have been conditioned in that way of doing and acting, we automatically sow new seeds. Sometimes karmas leads to karmas. So, with the help of meditation, definitely we change our way of thinking, we change our way of acting also. We change our whole attitude towards this life with the help of meditation.
those of us who believe themselves to see now that we have seen them for the first time, we can do that.
Yes, sister, you can.
Do that separate from Simran?
No, sister, while doing Simran, we should contemplate on the form of the Master. You see, Dhyan is not must. It helps. Dhyan definitely helps us, but it is not must. Even otherwise, keeping your attention here at the eye center in the darkness, if you go on doing Simran, you will be able to concentrate and see the light and make the progress. But Dhyan definitely helps you to hold your attention there, because any face you love, it helps you to concentrate there. Dhyan, it helps. But even if we can't visualize, we should not worry much. We should just keep our attention in the darkness here and go on doing Simran.
Is it our meager efforts, the meditation that help burn off the karma, or do we have to reach a certain level of concentration before the karma starts to burn off?
Well, sister, if you ask when the karma start burning, the moment you start meditation, it starts burning. The moment you think about the Father, about the path, you're trying to follow the path, you are putting your sincere efforts, you start burning your load of karma. Yes?
I have a question regarding discrimination. The whole creation, not just this world, not just this earth, but the whole creation is His will, your will. I see the whole creation as not bad, not good, but just the creation of the Father. So to discriminate between the people on the outside, so to speak, those in the streets today, and those on maybe other worlds, all of this, being the creation of the Lord, then it takes no good or bad connotation. In other words, everything is His will, everything is perfect. And at that point, the intellect dies because we can't intellectually understand this whole thing. We have to spiritually grow, you can say, to understand it, through meditation. So we try for years and years and years, and we beat our head against the wall, so to speak. There's no intellectual answer to any of this. It's love, it's devotion, it's through your grace, and only the grace of the Father that we make any progress at all. And yet, we feel so helpless, and it seems so futile at times. And we babble and we say things that we know will lead to nothing in terms of intellectual understanding. What can we do? What can we do?
Well, brother, creation actually is not bad. Sometimes we are bad, sometimes we are good. It's the way of our attitude, the way we look at the creation makes it bad and good. Creation itself is not bad. You see a play on the stage. The whole play is not bad at all. Some people play the part of a villain. Some people play the part of a sick person. Some people play the part of a very noble doctor. So the whole play is all right, very beautiful, good. So by seeing a suffering man, you cannot say the play is bad. By seeing a noble doctor, you cannot say the play is very good. Because they have given a certain part to play, which they are playing on the stage. They have individual part to play. On the whole, the play is all right. Now it is our attitude when we get ourselves attached to a particular character. We say he's a good man and we think he's a reality and we say play is very good. We start hating a villain which has been given the same part to play. He can't help it. We start hating that person. He's very bad. He acted like this, he behaved like this. He should not have done this. He can't help it. He has been given a part to play that way. But as individual, he's all right. When he gets out of the stage, he's all right. So we should not get attached to people, are obsessed with their miseries, are attached to the people, and start looking at the creation, it's good or it's bad. The Creator has created it. He has given certain parts to play, certain parts, you see, to certain characters to play in this creation. So it's our own attitude now which looks at the whole creation as a whole, which makes it good, which makes it bad. We start hating person, we start loving person, we start praising some, we start, you see, looking down upon some. So it becomes bad for us, so it becomes good for us. If we just see it as a creation of the Creator, as a whole, then nothing is good and bad here at all. We are only concerned with the Creator, who is the director, who has given them part to play. There's nothing wrong with the creation. But we have our own angle to see it. Yes. Yes, to a great extent, that's right. It is a reflection and projection of our consciousness too. It is our alignment with them, our consciousness alignment with them. Yes.
Right, when people ask you what will happen to them after the physical form of the master leaves, you often quote you say in Christ that the Comforter will be sent. It seems to me that the radiant form of the Master just seems such an unattainable goal that I don't find that very reassuring.
Christ didn't say that only comfortable will be sent you then. That comfort, what he calls it, you see, the comforter. Comforters are already there with them. He says the more and more of the comforter will come to you. Shabad is already with you, within you. The more and more grace through the Shabad will be on you. That's what Christ is trying to explain. He has already connected us with that comforter. And he says, even if I am not there, you will receive that grace through that Shabad more and more. And Shabad will give you comfort.
Will I be conscious of that?
Naturally, when you attend to...
Now I'm connected to each other, but it's only when I'm in your physical presence that I really...
Now you are only connected to a physical body. But we have to connect ourselves to our real master. No physical body stays of anybody here in this world.
I understand that, but that's such a hard thing to do, to make that interconnection. It seems, I mean, when I see your physical form and I feel the presence of the...
That is what he was trying to prepare the disciples, as you should attend more to your meditation, so that you may not feel that separation, that misery, because your real master is within you. So be with him, because neither you nor I can ever stay. But your soul and that real master will always stay. There is always a union.
Is it my lack of faith? I mean, I often think about this. Is it a lack of my faith in the Master?
It's not a lack of faith, it's a lack of not accepting the facts.
It's not a very nice prospect.
Because we are attached more to the body, rather to the teaching, rather to the Shabad. This attachment of body does help us towards within, with the Shabad. But actually that is the real attachment which we want to form by our meditation.
I just find the prospect that the physical form of the Master may leave it before I do, and then I have a long period when I wouldn't see my Master.
Leave it to the Father, don't worry about these things. Body has limitations. Real Master Shabad has no limitations. Body has limitations. Yes?
So there's something I've always found very puzzling that your master said, and now from what you've just said to this man, I find it even more puzzling. Somebody asked him if he still would like to have the darshan of his master, and he said, I'll give my life for just one glimpse.
Yes, because he was also attached to the body too. That has created attachment to the Shabad. So that attachment has not gone away.
Even though he would become one with his master.
You see, the outside attachment doesn't vanish from us, even when we are attached to the Shabad and Naam within. Because that was a very strong means to take us to that level of consciousness. So we are as much attached to the means as to the end. But our main object is the end.
Sometimes I worry that I wouldn't be able to keep going on the path. It's like when people come and see you.
One shouldn't try to analyze things too much. You won't find any answer. They don't lead you anywhere at all. Destiny has its own part to play. They're shapen in its own way. And even if we go on trying and go on thinking, it won't lead us anywhere. Just confuse us more. Yes.
Is it necessary, is one obligated to use one's talent, what appears to be a predominant talent? Is it our obligation to use that in order to fulfill our destiny, our karma?
Whether you do it or not, destiny automatically will fill all that. Destiny is not in your hand that you can mold this way or that way. Destiny will mold you this way or that way. You can't say that it is my destiny, so I am doing that. Destiny will force you to do that, whatever it has in store for you.
Well, if you don't have the desire, would that be an indication that at that time it's not your destiny?
Well, nothing happens without destiny. You can't analyze these things too much.